Won't take up too much of your time. But thanks for coming. So today on our system sessions, I'm just going to be covering, there's a lot to the website and how you can edit it and mold it and everything within Lead Street. So I'm just breaking it down into small sections. But today we're going to be covering this like collections tab and going through the layouts, the site editor, the interior pages, and just kind of a little information around the image library. So before I start clicking around on my screen, I just wanted to bring up that anytime that you update or play around in your website on Lead Street, Google is going to grab that info and use it through that IDX feed. So basically, when that happens, anytime you update or touch anything, Google is going to kind of put you at the top again. So just remember that it's kind of a good thing every once in a while to just be going in your website, clicking around, maybe changing a few words, because it's going to feed through Google and it's going to work a lot better and give you a better presence. The other really important rule that I want to mention before we get into this is anytime that you want to maybe change your layout or your template on any level, you want to be sure to go through your website and copy and paste all of your wording into a Word document beforehand, because the minute that you change a layout or how your website look, it's gonna delete all that wording. So it's easier to just copy and paste back and forth as you're making layout changes or anything like that, because I don't want you guys to come in here, choose a new layout and lose everything that you previously had typed. So be sure to save everything, copy and paste it into a Word document, so therefore you can copy and paste it right back.
Kaylen, real quick, just to piggyback on that, we had a really hard time figuring out which collections and layout are good as far as on the mobile side and the computer side. Do you know what I mean? So how do you know which one is? I think if I remember correctly, Lead Street told us it was like the first two layouts or whatever were compatible to both.
I was going to say, anytime that you're making changes in this site editor, it gives you like the different preview styles for mobile or on a tablet. I haven't messed around too much on, changing a layout to see the difference, Carol, but I'm pretty sure that it index feeds all of that over. If you are having issues with maybe your mobile appearing differently than what your site does, I'm not really sure what that fix is, but I would contact that tech support.
Yeah, that's what we had to do, because it was
like. Do you remember what they said?
Well, some of the features we were told that we don't pay for that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I'm pretty sure that like the first two templates that were out there were very much compatible with computer and mobile, but not all of them necessarily are.
Oh, okay. Okay. And that might be with that Premier option. Like I know several teams, like Jeff's team and everything, they've upgraded to that Premier option, which you can do.
That might be.
Yeah, I believe it's through, I don't want to tell you wrong. Let me look at my notes here. I believe that goes through your e-engage or through Tech Assist. I'm sorry. So if you guys are interested in paying a little bit extra, I think it's like an extra $50 or something for the Premier option. They basically give you like they'll do a homepage for you. They'll basically build the website with WordPress. It gives you a lot more control on each page. And each page is specifically built and not just embedded. So it kind of just gives you more control, a better feature. You even have like a chat box feature and stuff. And I do like the generic website options. They've upgraded a lot, which I'm getting ready to show you guys. But the Premier is really great as well. And I know if Phoebe were in here right now when she was kind of going over this with me, she'll tell you that with their Premier, they're getting probably leads through that chat box service, which I think is a little bit extra, fairly regularly. So it might be something to consider down the road if you want.
Is that an additional $50 a month?
Yeah, it's somewhere around 50, Phoebe said. I think that chat box option is a little extra cost as well, but it's not too awful bad as far as, going out and spending money for a company, to build your website or something like that. It's way cheaper. So anyway, good questions, Carol. Thanks. So like I said, we're going to be focusing on this collections top. So when you first log into Lead Street, I'm using Phyllis's profile right now, but it'll bring you to, kind of this dashboard and all of this site builder option. This is kind of where you just do anything with your website that Lead Street offers. So today, like I said, we're focusing on this collections tab. And first, I just want to touch on layouts. They have added a ton of new layout features fairly recently. So you can come in and look at these, find some that you want. They also have them categorized. I really do like some of these newer templates. I think that they're really pretty. So just get in here and, mess around with searching, finding a template that you like that matches kind of your personality or whatever, and go for it. Like I said, just remember that if you're going to change your template, make sure that you copy and paste and save everything, because all your wording will be gone if you click one and update it. So that's just a little bit on where you can find new templates of what's offered here to give your website just an updated feel as far as background images or layouts or anything like that. The next thing I want to talk about is the next option, which is your site editor. In your site editor, this is where you're going to mainly edit all of your drop down menu options up here, anything that your home page, like anything that you want it to say, all of your wording, any testimonials, and your featured property search. So like when somebody comes onto your website, this is the landing page that they're going to see. So anytime that you're on this site editor, you're going to be editing, just that basic home page and any of those interior pages. Sorry, guys, I still got people joining. Kathy, just to answer your question, I sent you a chat in the chat box, but that's an option too if you want to type there as well. So it's just up at the top right little chat box feature. Anyway, so this once you're in the site editor, it gives you some options here. So you have website settings. We don't really do a lot with this, so I really wouldn't mess with it a whole bunch. You have the option for Google Translate and stuff like that. Just I wouldn't mess with it. Your homepage, though, this is kind of where you start getting into specific settings on your website or specific looks. So your SEO settings, again, if this is just kind of more if you want keywords, getting back to how it feeds with Google and its IDX feed. If you want to add keywords like, Remax Lake of the Ozarks, your team name, you can see Phyllis has some of these in here. That will just work alongside with Google. So if people are Googling, your name or your team name or something, it's going to pull up your website. So make sure that you're using keywords if you want kind of more of a featured presence. They're never going to hurt you. And go in there too and update them. For those of you who just joined the class at the very beginning, I was saying anytime that you update or play around with your website in this site editor, change up a few things or maybe do a spell check or whatever, it's always going to refresh with Google's IDX feed. So it's always going to kind of put you back up at the top anytime that you're messing around in here with changing specific things. So that's a good thing because it's going to give you more presence. Getting back to this though, you got a color option. You can see that Phyllis's is gray. You can change those around as well to give it kind of more of a pop. Your hero is this wording right here. So you can make this wording say whatever you want to. She has your home is waiting, start your search today, but you can make that any wording that you would like. You also have a hero background. These, which I'll talk more about at the end, but these are just coming from your stocked images that Lead Street provides you. Again, they've updated a lot of these stock images and added a lot more. You could probably spend about a half a day going through all of these images, but they are really cool. So any image that you pick is going to go on this homepage as a background. Your content, this is anything that's, your wording on the front of your homepage. Again, you can make this anything that you want it to be. So just get creative about, it could be maybe a little bit about your value proposition. It could be a little bit about your team, just anything that you want your clientele or whoever's looking on your website to say, get to know you better or reach out to you, just anything that you want that to be. You also have calls to action. These are just quick buttons that are going to take you to whatever you want that action to be. Like you can see, Phyllis has like home trends, my property finder, and a contact option. You can change these around from a drop-down menu, and you only get so many. So, you can just, do a contact, a feature properties. You don't have to have them at all if you don't want them. But this just gives quick places for your clientele to just click and get redirected to one of those interior pages on your website, which we'll get more into interior pages in just a second. Testimonials, again, just you can have testimonials featured on your homepage. I know that several agents, if they get a new referral or a new testimonial, they'll sometimes put it on their website. So you can just add whatever that wording might be and who it's by, or you can just, put anonymous even or whatever. So get creative with your testimonials, showcase them, highlight them. And then lastly is your featured properties. So in your featured properties, I know I've covered this on another previous session, but I just wanted to highlight it again. When you get here and you want to edit your featured property settings, you have the option to pick between your listings, the office's listings, maybe your team's listings, or any listing that is on your MLS or on the MLS. So you can filter those however you want those featured listings to come across. You can also select your property type, you're listed as either being for sale or pending. You can also set a price range and then filter those price ranges as well. Or you can filter newest to oldest as far as when they hit the MLS system. So it's really cool. It gives you lots of different functionalities of being able to highlight different properties or even your own specific properties or your teams. So I would definitely come in and mess around with just your featured searches and make sure that your properties are properly displaying and that they're getting onto your website. So any questions about this homepage menu? Okay. The next one is your navigation and interior pages. So your navigation and your interior pages work with these options up here at the top of your website. So if you want to add maybe a different category up here, or you want to add something to your drop-down menu to be displayed here, that's all done through your navigation and your interior pages. Navigation's really easy. Say, as you can see, you got property services, Our Lake community profile. That's all of these buttons up here. So if you wanted to add something to those, you can just find it. They have them all categorized over here on the left-hand side. Just find kind of something that you're looking for. Let's see, you can do maybe open houses, for example. And just click on the box and hit add to navigation. It's going to put it always at the top of this right-hand side. And if you wanted to maybe move open houses to under properties, under their drop-down, you just, you could click, right-click, just regular click, and you can remove it or remove any of them if you want to take them off. Or if you right-click, maybe, hold on, I can't remember how to do this. Oh, if you just click and drag, it'll drag it down to your wherever you want it to be displayed. So again, it's really easy. Just a matter of clicking and dragging, or just clicking and deleting if you want to get rid of something. So that's basically how you can change up your navigation tiles, and you can add more to drop down features or whatever. It's really easy. So any questions about how to do your tabs at the top of your website? Okay, perfect. I'm trying to show you guys, but also not mess up what's there. So under navigation, so that was all of this. You also have this edit interior pages. Your interior pages are like everything that's in those drop down menus. So that's what they call an interior page. So anytime they go to like properties and maybe featured listings, it's going to take them to the featured listing interior page. When you get to your interior pages menu, they make it really easy. So you have a search bar. So, some people, maybe you're on a team too. You could have like a long list of all of these interior pages. So you can use the search bar option to just quickly search for one. Or they also have these categories up here if you want to just categorize them if you're trying to look for something really fast. Get rid of that. But anything that you have as an interior page that is editable as far as what Lead Street is concerned with, like some pages aren't editable, but any of your personal pages that you add should be editable, and you'll have this edit page option. So you can come into these, like here's your featured properties. You can edit that page. It's going to bring you into the interior page itself, and you can go into your settings, your featured settings. Again, it's going to bring up that menu if you want to make changes to the featured properties that you have on there. And then just your navigation and home page, like say you wanted to change the navigation to maybe where it's up here, or you want to go back and just start editing from your home page as well. So anytime that you do any of your interior pages, you can go in and edit them and customize them however you see fit. I mean, the sky's the limit as far as creativity. So if you want to, be as creative as possible, just get on here and play around with it. I'm trying to think here. Properties. Oh, your footer on your site. I just want to point this out as well. Let's just go to view website. Your footer down here, that comes already kind of pre-filled out. So you can't edit the actual footer. Like you can change the color under that color option, but you can't really change like the format of your footer. However, anything that you put into your profile, I know I covered this before, anything under your profile function, that's all going to feed into your footer. So just make sure that you have, your phone numbers on there, maybe a photo, your social networks, anything like that. That's all going to pull over into that footer from your profile option up here at the top.
And Kaylen, you remember when I asked you about that Google Plus thing? They
Yes.
finally did get that fixed. And
Oh, good.
in case anybody else has that problem, if you don't have a link, like say for LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, just check the bottom of your website and see if that link or the icon is showing up, because our Google Plus for Frank Campbell team it was, but we didn't have a link in there. So anyway, they took care of it, but it took them a few days because they couldn't figure it out. So
okay,
they did get it fixed for us.
That's good to know. And just to add on to that, Carol, I know you and I talked about it when you were going through it, but just so everybody else knows, when it comes to Google Plus, me and Phoebe were talking about this, and I'm pretty sure Google Plus is like not going to be a thing anymore. So I wouldn't even mess around with trying to make a Google Plus or work with Google Plus, because I'm pretty sure it's fading out anyway. So any questions about kind of the footer and your profile? Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. So the last thing on this menu, we covered, the site editor and the interior pages, is just this. I wanted to point out this image library to you guys, because I know some of you use Lead Street a lot. So I don't want you to get this confused with how you get an image library through like your email marketing when you're building an email in Lead Street. Your image library under this collection website or this collection tab is all for your background image on your homepage of your website. So again, they've added tons of new images to this. So go through, find some that you really like, and pick that background for your home screen if that's how you want to do that. If you also have the option for like company images and my images. If you are on Canva and you want to make your own like background image, you absolutely can do that, but just make sure that whatever image that you are creating, it has to be, or you want it to be around 3,000 pixels. And the reason why is because if it's anything under that 3,000 pixel limit, then it's going to come in really distorted, blurry, things like that. So anything 3,000 or above is going to come in really clear and the way that you want it to on those images. So any questions about images or layouts or anything? Okay. Well, that's basically this collections menu, guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll try to fumble through with you on maybe making changes or whatever. Remember to keep coming into your website and messing around with it, because it's going to feed with Google and it's going to give you a better presence. So even if you're just coming in once a week to change a word or add, exclamation point, it's still going to move that index feed up for you. So it's a really, really great thing that it works with Google. As long as anybody got any questions?
No.
Great. I like it when you guys don't have questions. It means I did my job.
That's right.
Well, I hope you guys have a great day. Reach out to me. We're going to be going over more on websites through these system sessions. So like I said, I'm going to break these down. I'm going to kind of cover all of these menus and different things that you can do. So stay tuned for more and let me know if you need anything.
Thanks, Kaylen.
Thanks, Kaylen.
Thanks. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Have a great day.